Ever wondered what goes into that amber liquid that's captivated millions around the world? Today, we're taking you inside one of America's most iconic distilleries to uncover the fascinating process behind creating liquid gold. By the end of this video, you'll never look at a bottle of whiskey the same way again. Let's dive in. What's up, How to Hub family? Whiskey is absolutely massive. We're talking over 1 billion bottles sold worldwide every year. But have you ever stopped to think about the incredible journey from simple grains to that smooth, complex spirit in your glass? Today, we're exploring the step-by-step process of how America's best-selling whiskey is crafted, right from a small town in Tennessee. Trust me, the level of precision and tradition that goes into every single bottle will blow your mind. It all starts with perfect water. Here's something most people don't realize: the foundation of great whiskey isn't just the grains, it's the water. We're talking about natural spring water that flows at an incredible 3,000 liters per minute. But here's the kicker: this water has been naturally filtered through limestone, which removes all traces of iron. Why does this matter? Well, even the tiniest amount of iron would give your whiskey a harsh, metallic taste that would completely ruin the experience. It's these details that separate good whiskey from legendary whiskey. Grain game. Now, let's talk about the real stars of the show, the grains. Every single day, they're processing 450,000 kilograms of cereals. That's 500,000 kilos daily. The recipe is actually pretty specific. 80% corn, this gives whiskey that signature sweetness. 12% malted barley, the enzyme powerhouse. 8% rye, adds that fresh, slightly peppery kick. The corn gets crushed up in these massive machines, then everything gets mixed with that pristine spring water we talked about and heated up. Here's where the magic starts happening. Those enzymes from the malted barley begin breaking down all the starch in the grains, converting it into sugar. It's basically like creating liquid candy at this point. Fermentation process. Next comes the yeast, and this is where things get really interesting. They add yeast to convert all that sugar into alcohol and carbon dioxide. But here's what's brilliant: they're using leftover yeast from previous batches, which keeps the flavor profile consistent. The company is so serious about maintaining their signature taste that they actually have samples of their special yeast frozen at -125 degrees Celsius. That's some serious preservation. After about 6 days, most of that sugar has transformed into alcohol, creating what they call distillation beer. Distillation, separating the good stuff. Now we need to separate the alcohol from the water, and this is where the real skill comes in. They heat the mixture just below boiling point, and here's why this matters: alcohol boils at a lower temperature than water, so it vaporizes first. This vapor travels through steel stills, gets cooled and condensed, and out comes this transparent liquid that's about 70% alcohol. They call this green whiskey, and honestly, it tastes absolutely terrible at this stage. But don't worry, we're just getting started. The cold filtering secret. Here's where tradition meets science in the most beautiful way. To get that signature smooth flavor, they use a filtering process that hasn't changed in 150 years. They make their own charcoal from sugar maple wood, and get this, they only cut the trees in autumn when the sap levels are lowest. The wood gets dried for a full 12 months, then they burn it using whiskey as fuel. Once it's burned down to charcoal, they sprinkle water to put out the fire. The green whiskey then gets poured over this charcoal and takes about 10 days to filter through completely. This is what transforms that harsh-tasting liquid into something smooth with that subtle smoky flavor. Barrel aging, where time works its magic. Now comes the aging process, and this is where whiskey really becomes whiskey. They char the inside of each barrel to caramelize the natural sugars in the wood. This is what gives whiskey its beautiful color and rich aroma. They're filling 500 barrels an hour, with each barrel holding 200 liters. That's 378,000 liters of whiskey being processed daily. And here's something wild: the smell of whiskey is so strong that it actually penetrates through the wood pores and creates a fire hazard. They have to be incredibly careful because of how flammable everything is. Warehouse system. These men head to mass warehouses. We're talking 7-story buildings that can hold 20,000 barrels each. And this is just one of 74 warehouses. The whiskey has to age for at least 4 years before it can be bottled. But here's a cool detail: where your barrel sits in the warehouse actually affects the final taste. The higher up your barrel is stored, the more flavor it picks up from the wood, and the more expensive that whiskey becomes. It's like real estate for alcohol. Final touch. That aging, they the whiskey with a bit of water to bring the alcohol content down from 59% to a more manageable 47%. Then it's time for bottling, and finally, after this incredible journey, it's ready to be shipped to whiskey enthusiasts around the globe. And there you have it, the incredible process behind one of the world's most beloved spirits. From limestone-filtered water to hand-selected grains, from traditional charcoal filtering to years of patient aging, every step is a testament to craftsmanship and tradition. What do you most about this process? Are you a whiskey enthusiast, or did this make you want to try it for the first time? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I love hearing from you all. If this deep dive into whiskey production fascinated you as much as it did me, smash that like button and subscribe to HowToHub for more behind-the-scenes looks at how your favorite products are made. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest videos. What should we explore next? Let me know in the comments, and until next time, keep learning.